What's up, man? This your boy Oski Sung Hai, and we back again with my boy. You know, I'm not gonna tell you to do that, man. This is my boy REPHAIAH. He's been putting in work for BLACKBOOKT.TV for about a year now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 years. And we're here to talk about the standards for black men. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we talk about the standards for black women and how they need to raise their standards. So, Ref, what about black men? Do black men need to raise their standards?
Do black men need to raise their standards? Yeah, I think we need to raise our standards more than the women,
right,
as of right now. The reason why is because men naturally, they are like the head of the household, and because we don't have that like head, a lot of us basically don't have that like a lot of us don't have that masculine like ownership and accountability that we should. A lot of us also don't have the emotional and mental backbone to run a family. And, you know, it's due to not only being raised by, like, single mothers and all that, but it's also due to just simply, they succumb to, like, what society wants.
Right.
And society don't want masculine, you know, black men. You get what I'm saying?
Well, before I get to the masculine part,
yeah,
I just want to lead to that. Do you feel like men in general, do they have too much emotion? Because a lot of women say that, you know, for the past, I say last year, 2016 to like 2017, yeah, a lot of women were saying, yeah, men need more emotion. Men need to show more of that rather than their masculine side. You know, they're always trying to hide it. They're always trying to put on a mean face. They're always trying to do this and do that.
Yeah.
Now, as far as how Oski Sung Hai thinks, I believe we need that. Now, I just want to know, like, do you agree or disagree? Do we need more emotional, feminine energy?
Nah. Because we got enough of that. Since females exist and they carry that, I'm not saying emotions aren't bad. I'm saying it's bad when it's just simply not balanced.
Right.
Like, regardless of gender. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But guys, the thing that separates male and female is women use more emotion than logic. Guys use more logic than emotion. Two emotional people just can't work. Because women are very sensitive to women are sensitive to how a guy carries himself. Right. And to prove my point, when you carry yourself masculine, a girl becomes more feminine. You get what I'm saying? Like, if a girl is coming at you arguing, you know, or a woman is coming at you, you know, arguing or trying to, like, because a lot of women, they will try to, like, move you off center. They try to move you emotionally off center. And that's one of their tests to see if you're the strong provider for her or her child in the future or even in the present. So you have to always remain firm. Once you remain extremely firm, they start becoming a lot more feminine. They become, you know, a lot more ladylike. Because the reason why a lot of women out here are so masculine is because the guys are just extremely feminine.
So a lot of guys may wonder, you know, maybe the older guys too, because a lot of them act like they know what the game is and they don't.
Yeah.
So, like, for the younger kids out there who's 15 watching BLACKBOOKT.TV and they're looking at REPHAIAH right now, when is the time to be masculine around women? Because if women is saying that, oh, we want you to be emotional, and we all know men ain't 24/7 hardcore, because I call that homo masculine. Let's just call it that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hypersexuality, you know, hyper masculine. So when is it the right time to be masculine around women?
When is the right time to be masculine?
Because, you know, you got a sister. You know when to do it. You know when not to do it. You know, there were certain girls in high school. You know when to be masculine. You know when not to. What's a code? Like, what do they respond to?
I think a guy should be masculine all the time. Literally 24/7. And the reason why I say that is because a man crying doesn't take away from his masculinity.
Right.
A man crying too much does.
Facts.
So you just have to be masculine. Because the thing is, a woman will respect a strong guy that's crying. A woman will not respect a weak guy that's crying.
Facts.
It's a complete difference. You get what I'm saying? Because it does take strength to show emotion, but again, women are emotion driven. If she can't feel that you're sturdy and you're always crying all the time,
right,
it's just gonna turn her off. Since women are emotional, you get what I'm saying, and guys are, and there's nothing wrong with a guy having emotion, because that's what's wrong with like the previous generation.
Right.
They was too like stoic. You get what I'm saying?
Like DMX.
DMX, I don't consider him stoic, because stoic's a level of firmness and calm. You get what I'm saying? DMX is just aggressive. You get what I'm saying? Now, women mistake DMX's aggression with masculine.
Right. Now that's a fact. Now, how do you feel about that? Is that true? Is that person like DMX game? You know, these thug dudes, these hoodlums. You know, I won't even call them hoodlums, but these dudes trying to survive in the street, but they glorify the hood life.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's tough? Because, you know, a dude like, you know, for example, a dude named Tyshawn wouldn't know how to, wouldn't know how to protect, don't have 50 Glocks and all this and all that. So
yeah,
does that make you tough? Like, what makes you masculine? I think that's the question we're trying to get at.
What makes you masculine is being who you are to your core, but also representing your gender. Now, regardless of how you might want to flip it, oh, I could be whoever I want, you have to represent your gender, because that requires balance. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you're a black person, you have to be the best black person you be every time you walk out the door. So being masculine is just being the opposite, or I won't even say, you know what, you could say the opposite, or another term, the counter to like feminine energy. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, to be masculine is just to be the opposite of what females are. More logic, less emotion. When it comes to women, more emotion, less logic. That's just the way we are. That's just the way we are. Like, it's in our brain. It's in the way we think.
So, I don't know if you really answered it, but I'm asking again.
Yeah.
When do we use emotion for women? When do we? Because you said we always need masculinity.
Yeah.
So when do we? Because I think the train came by, so we didn't really finish that part of the. I probably didn't catch it. You probably said it, and I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
But when do we use that emotion? That emotion you're talking about. When do we use it for a woman? Like when we're like giving them a. I know, of course, when you give a woman a hug, you're supposed to. But like, when is it? Like during conversations or something like that. Like, when do we give them that emotion?
I'm not trying to like. I'm not trying to like play semantics, but could you give me a situation?
Okay, so let's say you walking down the street, you meet a girl, right? And most dudes will be like, yo, what's up? Yo, commit, well, fuck you then, bitch. Like that. They like, some of them like that. Like, bitches be, that hardcore, and they like that, like, oh, he called me a bitch, but I'm not gonna let no one else know that. I just like how masculine he is. Now, what if now you compare that to another dude who's like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Let me take you out, da-da-da. Yeah, just, da-da-da, just work, da-da-da. That I would consider that emotion. Like, he's genuine, just like you said. Yeah. He's not coming off no fake type of way, nothing like that. So when do we put those two when we put those two together, the masculinity and the emotion, and we talk to a woman, when is the time to use that emotion? Is basically what I'm saying.
Women are calm enough to listen. When we use that, when women are calm enough for us to listen to what they need and like what they want us to understand, that's when we use it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you can't, because when it comes to women, you can't just communicate in just a hard, rock, solid way.
Why not?
You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
Huh?
Why not? Because street girls in Dorchester right now will be like, this nigga don't know what he's talking about. I like that shit.
Well, they lying. You can't listen to Drake and then I don't care what you say.
Gunshots.
I don't care, but
Right.
But in all seriousness,
Right.
when females are in a calm state, guys, we tend to like be in more of like a calm state as well. So then it creates room for like conversation.
Right.
It creates room for like understanding. Like in order to be like a good, strong leader, you have to understand those who's like following you or those who expect you to lead.
Right.
And oftentimes a woman or a girl per se expects you to lead.
Right.
So you have to use, like I was saying, like guys have to use 80% logic because that's just who you are. You get what I'm saying? So you have to use that 20% in times when where there is time for like conversation and understanding. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You just have to leave like that small room for like conversation, understanding.
Right.
So you don't have to like. And another thing that dudes get confused is barking at chicks when they in their emotional state.
Right.
Because once you do that, you're acting more feminine and you're putting her in a more masculine state.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because women react to their environment a lot stronger than guys do. As crazy as it sounds. Because if you notice, dudes who's like Denzel, who's like calm, their wives ain't gonna go ballistic on them. You get what I'm saying? But if you notice in like the hood, girls are gonna go ballistic on their hood boyfriends because the hood boyfriend, even though he's quote unquote seems masculine, he's just as emotional. Yo, but you know,
Especially these days.
always ready to argue and stuff like that. And listen, a true man do not have time to argue.
Right.
What's the problem? Where's the solution?
Right. Do you like your man emotional? Real question, real talk. Do you like your man emotional or do you like him masculine?
Masculine.
Why?
Because the way I was raised like a dude, so I don't even like my emotions. I don't like having to deal with other people's emotions.
So if you was, let's say you was emotional, right? Let's say you was.
Okay.
And your man was emotional. Would you like that? If he was crying and shit all the time?
Not all the time.
But as a man, like if he was a man and crying, you would...
That's fine.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
So what's the definition of masculine to you? Is it a hood thug nigga?
No, gross.
Right, alright. See, Denise is a real one. So what's a masculine dude? To you. You don't have to be you know...
Someone who knows how to solve his own problems, but can rely on someone else to like listen to them as well.
Okay, that's what he said. Okay then, Ref. So Ref know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Alright then. Alright, thank you, Denise. I appreciate it. Go ahead.
So when you're around a masculine guy versus a guy who doesn't carry that masculine trait, do you feel like you react differently to it?
No.
Or do you... the best way I can ask this is, do you think that when you're around a masculine guy, you feel a lot more safe? Like, just in case, like, if you was walking down the street with an emotional guy and a gunman and a guy with a gun pulls up on you, do you feel that you'll be more safe around someone who's masculine or someone who's emotional in that situation?
It honestly depends, because if someone's already used to being in situations like that, like, of course they know how to react to the situation, but it all depends.
Okay. What if they was both used to it?
I guess it's how it decides to play itself out.
Oh.
But you prefer like a masculine man?
Yeah.
Alright. Is your man masculine?
He has his days.
Let me fight
All
him.
niggas are-
Well, let me fight him then. Look at her. So basically, what Denise said is everything you said.
Yeah.
And she's a female.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's no lies in what you're saying. So just in case people say, yo, Ralph just be talking shit. You don't know what he be talking. I just showed y'all a girl from I don't know where. I haven't seen her in like 5 years. I'm just not really seeing her consistently. Not seeing her, but you know, a friend. She said it herself that she likes a masculine man. She don't give a fuck about no emotions. Maybe so. Like, what do you think that means? Like a person who's masculine. Like, so do you think that means that fuck everything that them other people are saying, the feminists are saying? We don't need, you know, we don't need feminine men, just like Denise said.
Yeah, I agree with her.
Yeah.
There's always going to be like your outliers, of course, but men as a whole, like, we shouldn't be like that.
Yeah. Keep going. Yeah, that's cool.
Huh?
Keep going. Yep.
Alright. But yeah, as a whole, like we shouldn't be like that.
Fuck
Because
this shit. If you doing this shit right here, Boston niggas, we do it. We do it, nigga.
What's up, man?
How you doing, Chris?
Yo, can I ask you a question, bro?
No, that ain't a question.
Aw, come on, man.
Watch the river.
Aw.
All right, Boston nigga.
Alright.
Chris nigga.
It's starting to become like New York around here. But yo, let me ask you a question, right? So, what do you think this means? What is this? Where does this lead us? Do you think that what she's saying is basically it don't matter if you have a thug nigga or a emotional one? Cause she said it doesn't matter. So, and after this question, I was gonna lead us.
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree.
Okay.
It definitely does matter because
she chose masculine, so
Yeah.
it does matter then. Because if you
Yeah.
chose masculine, you can't say again, you know. So like,
I like vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry ice cream, but I don't care for ice cream.
yeah.
That's like saying that. Like it's just a contradiction within itself.
But you know, that's where our woman's at right now. Like, do you think our woman is in a state of confusion as far as what kind of man is a man? Because it seemed like she knew. She got the idea, like a man who knows who he is, he's strong, this and that. Now she don't like thug dudes like that.
Yeah.
So she knows a thug ain't a man because she was, as you can see, raised properly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what do you think there's a, you know, do you think woman is trying to figure out how is it that a REPHAIAH can be a man? How can Michael Johnson be a man and they're not thugs? They don't have 100 pistols. Well, I don't know if Mike. Watch out for Mike. But yeah, Mike. Shout out Mike. But you know, they don't got 1,000 pistols and nothing like that. You know.
Real men when they see one.
Right.
And you know how they know? Because they treat a real man differently than they do with everyone else.
Right.
Point blank. Period.
What do you mean?
A guy who's a serious guy like me walks down the street.
Right.
Chicks ain't gonna like when I walk down the street,
Right.
chicks they don't try to pull any of the like the nonsense around me. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? When I was younger and when I wasn't as like
Right.
masculine as I am
thanks,
now.
bro. Yo, bro, real quick, can I ask you a question, bro? You things, brother, right?
Brian's brother?
Yeah, what's good, bro? I didn't even notice you. Niggas getting older. Real quick, come on, okay, it's cool, BLACKBOOKT.V. It's all good. I know you see my episodes. You ain't gotta lie.
What up?
What's up, man? You know what? Introduce yourself, by the way.
Don Shakes out here. You already know. See me on the book. See me on Facebook.
Okay.
Instagram, Shakes
Okay.
_Rowdy. You already know what's going on.
Okay. Ask you real quick before you, because I know you got shit to do. I know you got bitches to see. So let me ask you a question. What do you think a woman wants in a man? Like, do you think she wants real talk? Do you think she wants a nigga who's like strapped up 20? Do you think they want that, or a nigga who's just like, yo, if I see you, I see you. You know, I protect her, but you know, I ain't all that. Like, what type of woman? What type of a man do you think a woman want? Like, real talk. I'm asking you, because you're the young generation.
You gotta look at the real definition of a man.
Oh shit.
You feel me? Like, a
Oh,
man's not gonna really go around flaunt his shit, walk around with his tone all the time. You feel me?
Facts.
He's not gonna do that. He's gonna be like, all right, when I need it, I'll go grab it. But at this point, I don't really need it. But why am I gonna walk with my song, with my pole, when I'm with my shorty?
Right.
It makes no sense that draws attention to me. That draws dangerous attention to me and my shorty. So I don't need that. You feel me?
Do you feel like you need to be emotional around shorties? Because girls,
Of course, cause like how is my shorty supposed to know the way I'm feeling or the way I'm feeling about her or certain situations if I don't show no emotion? You feel what I'm saying?
Ref is saying that you don't need that because a man is somebody who don't really have emotion like that. So do you agree with that? You need emotion?
In small doses, yeah.
Okay. Do you believe in small doses?
Well, small doses. What do you mean by small doses?
All right, let's get into
For
this. Yeah.
example, like I was breaking out earlier, most women, see, you gotta, don't listen to what women say, listen to the signs and what they indirectly say. So, women, they don't like a guy who's emotional because two emotional people can work. For example, when girls say they need space, it's because a guy has moved so much into his feminine energy that she becomes masculine and distances herself from him.
Do you agree with that? Before I know you gotta go, so do you agree with that?
Nah. I'm not even gonna say that. Because when a girl says she needs edit space, it could mean a whole bunch of different things. It can really mean a whole bunch of different things.
Like what? Give me an example.
I've had people tell me they need space because they just wasn't trying to be in a relationship. Simple like that. I've had people tell me they need space because they just felt like the relationship wasn't right at the moment. You feel me? They need space to focus on what the fuck they need else to do. Simple like that.
Right.
Then simple like this, another female said, I need space because you ain't doing what the fuck I need you to do. You feel what I'm saying? So like, a female could say, I need space for a bunch of different reasons. It just comes down to really the relationship you're in.
Right.
That female and you.
Yeah.
Right.
Real shit.
Okay, then y'all don't want to waste your more. You coming back to my shit, nigga. I got over like 200 subscribers, bro. Like,
you trying to do, bro, we can do the vlog.
Nigga, I'll see you. I'll see you.
I got
I trust me.
there, you know,
Yo, I got you. Believe me, nigga. I got you. All right, bro. I'll see you, bro. All right.
Yeah.
So, Ref, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Do you think that we need more of that? Do you think?
Emotion.
Yeah, because if a woman don't, let me say it like this. It seemed like he was saying that the woman's in control in a way. You know, because sometimes he was saying that a woman, if you don't do what they say in a way, that they'll control you. Do you agree with that? Or wild out on you?
Well, it all comes down to like mindset.
Okay.
Women are constantly testing for weaknesses within her man because especially a woman with children with you. You get what I'm saying? She has to test that you're like that dude. If anything happens, that you're gonna be firm.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
If a wife comes home to her husband and he's emotional 24/7, that she's gonna he's gonna turn her off, and then she's gonna in turn have the power in a relationship.
Right.
Now the thing is, in a relationship, it is a teamwork. It is teamwork. I do agree. But most women, in the back of their minds, wants the man to be more dominant.
Right.
They want to roll with his pro. You know how many women say that after they got married, they felt like they were so sucked into their husband's lives? Yep. That is why. You get what I'm saying? Because he's just more dominant. And a lot of times, you know, divorces can happen for all types of reasons. But that's basically why women, they end up, because a lot of women who's divorced, they say like, they felt like they put their entire being into like, not only the marriage, but into him. Right. Into their husband. Right. You get what I'm saying?
Is that a problem? When you look on Maury or some shit, and women be like, I gave up everything, my family, everything for you. Do you think that's bad that a woman does that? And you don't hear men do that, like that?
Yeah, it's bad. Because of the type of man he is. It's bad. You're doing it for the wrong guy. That's point blank period.
So you believe black women are helping the wrong guys?
Yeah.
Give me an example.
So, what was
how do women help the wrong men?
Well, first off...
why do you feel like that, should I say?
First off, I don't think women help the wrong men.
Okay.
I think... physically matured girls help the wrong men.
I like that.
So...
physically mature, but mentally immature.
Yes.
Okay,
exactly.
That's dope.
They help the wrong men because simply they're just on the same wave level. You get what I'm saying? So, and a lot of these women, a lot of these physically mature, emotionally immature girls, women that we see, they're not willing to take accountability. You get what I'm saying? Right. They're not willing to accept that they're at fault for whatever, because they know what types of dudes they're dealing with. Because like I said, they're not gonna go to a Denzel, a guy with a serious face.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman with all that nonsense. They're gonna cut all that noise.
So let's say it like this. To Wayne, they'll go up and do that shit, Lil Wayne. But to Michael B. Jordan, they wouldn't do that. Uh-oh.
To Michael B. Jordan, they wouldn't do that. To Michael B. Jordan.
Because Michael B. Jordan's like because Denzel passed the torch to him in a way, so.
Oh, they're gonna do that to Michael B. Jordan.
Why? Because he's a serious face type.
He's not really serious. He's very... They know that if they get to know him, they could just poke holes in him.
Now you have to be careful. A lot of women like Michael B, and they don't believe that Michael B.
I'm a fan of Michael B. Jordan,
Right.
but we have to be honest. He's easily approachable. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's the way he carries himself. He don't carry himself like a all. He don't carry himself stoic. You get what I'm saying? He don't carry himself like the guy, like the man that I was describing earlier in the episode.
Right.
A Chadwick Boseman does. Serious about his business, ain't on that over-the-top goofiness. You get what I'm saying? You were saying why men need to choose better women. The reason why men need to choose better women is because a lot of black guys, they don't hold standards. And the reason why is because they don't have a mindset that a lot of these women out here can be replaced. As messed up as it sounds, guys need to have like that mindset. So you don't deal with just any woman. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's how simps are created. You get what I'm saying? Because simps are guys with no standards. They're just happy to have a woman. And there's nothing wrong with having a woman. But you have to raise your standards in the conditions we in as brothers. You get what I'm saying? Like the way the brothers have it bad now. So you definitely gotta choose the right woman, especially now.
Yeah.
You really do. Because brothers really have it hard. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
And another reason why brothers need to choose better women, because we also need to build an actual family structure again. And you can't do that without having a solid sister by your side.
Right.
And it's for also economic purposes.
Right.
Like, if you guys, hypothetically speaking, if you guys are both working, that's extra money for the house.
Right.
That's extra money to where you could even like move out the country and go to the islands or somewhere, and then you could be fine. That's also emotional development for your child. You get what I'm saying? Because a child naturally needs both parents.
Right.
I don't care what you say, or I don't care about how many single parents like had kids that made it in life. Like, we naturally need both.
Right.
We came from both. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And what's messed up is like for example, like single parenting, because those needs aren't fulfilled by just one parent alone, that parent has issues with the same parent that they're living with. For example, a lot of these daughters, they have mommy issues and they live with their mom. A lot of these people might have daddy issues and they live with their dad. You get what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So that's why I think we should, choose better. That's why I think brothers should choose better women.
Oh, speaking of the devil, look who's coming down. It's P. Diddy. Look at P. Diddy. All right, we're going to end this real quick, but first, let's end it with P. Diddy.
Hey!
Look at Diddy, nigga. You know he can't see. Look at him. He's like, who's that? Let me come closer. What's good, Diddy, dog? What's good, P?
Let's head to work.
All right, my bad. I just want to say what's up. That's all. All right, P.